Florida estate law, must the widow disclose her bank accounts to the estate or to beneficiaries of the estate? Hello, my name is John P.L.C. I'm a Florida estate attorney with the P.L.C. law firm in West Palm Beach, Florida. Our trial lawyers handle trials, disputes, and appeals involving wills, trusts, estates, guardianships, related business, and commercial litigation. Today I'm going to speak to you briefly about a very specific evidentiary issue and a very specific probate litigation topic in Florida. It's in light of the Schlesinger case. The Schlesinger case is a March 2nd, 2016 case that was handed down by Florida's 3rd District Court of Appeal. Florida's 3rd District Court of Appeal issues appellate opinions on probate and estate appeals coming out of Miami-Dade County, and that's where this particular opinion came from. In this particular action, there was an estate, there was a widow, and there was a motion to compel the widow to produce her bank records or her financial account records. There was an attempt to obtain those records from the widow. The widow filed a motion for a protective order and said, hold on, you can't look at my bank records, those aren't relevant, that discovery is not framed by the pleadings, and I have a right to financial privacy in Florida. The trial judge disagreed and denied the motion for the protective order. So what happens when something like that happens? You can seek a writ before your appellate court, and that's what this widow did. This widow went to her Florida appeals court and said, hey, the trial judge won't give me any protection. He wants me to produce all my financial records, my bank account records. I don't want to do that. Now, the widow was also co-administrator of this estate of the deceased husband. So the question becomes, in Florida probate litigation circles, if you are the widow of a husband who passes away, are you required to tell people what's in your bank account? Are you required to disclose your financial records? And the issue usually comes down to one of financial privacy, right? There's a balancing between the right to conduct discovery and your right to be free from unwanted intrusion. The Florida Constitution grants everybody a right to privacy. Our Florida appellate courts in estate, probate cases, and non-probate cases have said, yes, you know, your right to privacy in Florida is very, very strong, and it also includes your right to financial privacy, the right to keep your finances private and confidential. And so generally, nobody has a right to learn all about your financial records. And the appellate court sided with the widow. They overturned the order of the trial court that denied the protective order, and they granted the writ in this particular case. Now, this was an excellent example of a writ case, right? Because somebody was trying to get confidential data, bank records, financial data from this widow. She wanted protection. She wanted confidentiality. She didn't want to disclose that data, that information. The trial judge said no. So she was required to disclose the financial information that she wanted to keep confidential and private. She sought a writ from the appellate court. That's a perfect example of a writ because that would have constituted irreparable harm. If she didn't seek protection from the appellate court, once those documents, once that data, once that financial information left her, the confidentiality and the privacy would be violated. That's irreparable harm. So if you're involved in estate litigation in Florida, or you have a probate litigator who's handling your estate case for you, and the issue of financial privacy comes up, or there's a discovery order or a discovery request for financial files, bank accounts, employment files, anything like that, consider Florida's right to privacy and what you can do to protect your rights. My name is John P.L.C., and this concludes my remarks about the Schlesinger case, a 2016 case involving the right to privacy and the disclosure of financial information in the estate context.